Today we're diving into the world of tall plant stands, inspired by a recent review from Urban Flora. Ever thought about why people opt for tall stands instead of just putting plants on the floor?
Absolutely. I think tall plant stands are all about elevating the look, literally and figuratively. They bring plants up to eye level, which makes them more noticeable and can help fill that awkward, empty corner.
That's a good point. And it's not just about aesthetics, right? The review mentioned how tall stands help plants get more light, especially in rooms where sunlight is limited near the ground.
Exactly. I've had this problem in my own apartment. My monstera just didn't get enough light until I raised it up. Suddenly, it perked right up, like it finally got out of bed on a Monday morning.
Haha, plants need motivation too, but jokes aside, the Uneedem Tall Plant Stand got high marks for stability. Some people worry tall stands will topple over, especially with larger pots.
Stability is crucial. The review said the Uneedem stand has a solid base, which is reassuring. I've had stands that wobbled if you just looked at them wrong. It's like balancing a cat on a tightrope.
That's a mental image, but really safety matters, especially if you have kids or pets running around. Another thing I noticed was the versatility. The stand can be adjusted for different pot sizes.
That's actually really clever. I hate it when you buy a stand and your favorite pot doesn't fit. Adjustable stands save you from playing musical chairs with your plants.
True. Plus, the review mentioned the stand can be flipped to give two different heights. That kind of flexibility is pretty handy, especially if you like to change things up often.
Yeah, I'm always rearranging my living room. Sometimes I feel like my plants get more travel miles than I do. Being able to change the height without buying a new stand is a bonus.
It's almost like having two products in one. And speaking of looks, the reviewer pointed out the minimalist design. Do you think that's important?
Definitely. With a minimalist design, the stand doesn't steal the spotlight from the plant itself. It's like a good movie soundtrack. It enhances the experience without being distracting.
That's a great analogy. The black matte finish also seems to blend well with most decor styles. I guess it fits in whether you're into modern boho or even a bit of rustic charm.
I agree. And it doesn't clash with the color of the pot or the plant. Sometimes too much going on with the stand makes the whole setup look busy.
Now the assembly. The review made it sound pretty straightforward. No engineering degree required. That's a relief for people who dread the words "some assembly required."
I'm one of those people. If I need more than a screwdriver, I'm out. But they said all the tools are included and it takes just a few minutes. That's a win.
What about durability? The reviewer mentioned it's made of metal, which should last longer than wood in humid environments.
That's true. I've had wooden stands warp or crack over time, especially with frequent watering. Metal stands like this one seem to hold up better in the long run.
Also, the weight capacity is impressive. It can hold heavier pots without bending. That's not always the case with cheaper stands.
Yeah, flimsy stands can be a disaster. I once had a stand buckle under a ceramic pot. Ended up with soil everywhere and a very confused snake plant.
Let's talk about price for a second. The review suggests it's pretty affordable compared to similar products. Do you think quality justifies spending a bit more?
I do, especially if it means the stand won't end up in the trash after a few months. Sometimes you really get what you pay for. A solid stand is like an investment in your plant's future.
Nicely put. You know, I've noticed more people are treating plants like part of the family, so it makes sense to give them a home that's both stylish and practical.
Plants are the new pets, or at least less demanding roommates. A good stand can really elevate your space and your mood.
The reviewer also mentioned it's easy to move, which is great if you like to chase the sunlight around your apartment.
I do that all the time. Sometimes I feel like my plants are sunbathing tourists, and I'm their travel agent.
That's hilarious. But it's true, mobility is a plus, and if you need to sweep or mop, just pick up the stand and go.
Exactly. No more awkward shuffling or risking knocking over your plant. It's the little conveniences that make a difference.
So, summing up, the Uneedem Tall Plant Stand scores big on stability, flexibility, design, and price. Seems like a solid choice for plant lovers.
I'd say so. Whether you're a seasoned plant parent or just starting out, a good stand is worth considering. Plus, it makes your greenery look even more impressive.
Maybe that's the secret. Give your plant a throne and it'll rule your living room.
I love that. So, would you get one for your own space?
Honestly, I'm tempted. My fiddle leaf fig could use a little boost, literally. And after reading the review, it seems like a smart pick.
Same here. I might even get a couple, so my plants don't get jealous. You know how competitive they can be.
Plant sibling rivalry is real. Well, that wraps up our chat on tall plant stands. If you're looking to add some height, style, and function to your plant collection, this might be the way to go.
And for our listeners, what do you look for in a plant stand? Is it all about design, or do you care more about function? Let us know your thoughts.
Until next time, keep your plants happy and maybe give them a view from up high.